So before Chad Sahlinski directed all four of the John Wick films, he was actually Keanu Reeves' stunt double for the first three Matrix films. That's pretty cool, huh? It's kind of a fun coincidence if you think about it. Hey guys, this is Jason, and today I am finally reviewing John Wick Chapter 4, directed by Chad Sahlinski, and once again stars Keanu Reeves as the title character, as well as returning cast members like Ian McShane and Lawrence Fishburne, as well as newcomers like Bill Skarsgard and Donnie. In this film, John Wick has an increasing bounty on his head and has to go against the High Table Global, while also running into some of the most powerful assassins in New York, Berlin, and Japan. Now, for me, I love the first John Wick film. That one was a big surprise for both me and a lot of people when it was coming out. It had really good cinematography, very well shot and well choreographed action sequences, a great performance from Keanu Reeves, and a deep and compelling story that made you care about the John Wick character. The second and third film I also really enjoyed. They had awesome action sequences and really good build up to the lore and the world for the franchise, but I still think the first John Wick is the best one in the franchise. And of course, I was very excited for this film when it was coming out because I think the John Wick franchise is one of the best action franchises of all time, up there with the Raid films and the Mission Impossible films. And now that I've seen it, I can now say this is one of the most disappointing movies I have seen in my life. I thought it was terrible. The action sequences were terribly filmed and terribly choreographed. I think it might be as worse as like Morbius or like Battleship or The Last Airbender. Like, it's really that bad. Gotcha, didn't I? I'm just kidding. This movie is awesome. I thought this is one of the best action films I have seen. So let's talk about the action because holy crap, the action. My favorite action scene in this movie is shot in a bird's eye view where it shows John Wick killing a bunch of assassins with a dragon's breath gun that shoots fire. That is an awesome scene and I love seeing John Wick use that in this scene, and that scene lasts for a while, like I think maybe 5 or 7 minutes. And the stunt work as well is one of the highlights of the film. Every stunt is well choreographed and very bloody. Like, there are stunned people getting run over and pushed through glass, and it is pretty awesome. And Keanu Reeves did 80% of his own stunt work, and that's impressive. I mean, I know he's done that in the previous John Wick films as well as the Matrix films, but still, you gotta admit, that's pretty impressive. And I don't know what that other 20% of that was that he didn't do, because there was a scene where he is fighting a bunch of guys around concrete stairs. Like, I'm not even making this up, like a bunch of guys around him on concrete stairs. Like, I don't know if that was him doing all of those stunts or not, but man, what he's able to do is incredible. Keanu Reeves is once again incredible as John Wick. He's very sympathetic like he was in the first three films, and he is very deadly whenever he says lines like, "I'll kill them all." And I believe him because John Wick is a deadly assassin that no one should mess with. And if you've seen the first three John Wick films, you would definitely understand that. Now let's talk about some of the new characters in the film, starting with the villain of the film, Marcus, played by Bill Skarsgard. His character is arrogant, despicable, and very intimidating. He says and does some things that make you hate the character so much, and Bill Skarsgård was really good as Marcus. Then there's Kane, played by Donnie, a blind assassin who used to be John Wick's friend, but they became enemies for certain reasons that I won't give away, and he is really good in this film as well, and his action sequences are incredible. Now let's talk about that one new character that I like the most, and that character is called Nobody, played by Shamir Anderson, even though in IMDb he's called Tracker. But we're not going to worry about that right now. And I really liked him in this film. I thought he was a very interesting character. And he's also there to hunt John Wick, which, again, no spoilers. And he uses a dog and a bulletproof backpack to help him throughout his journey to find John Wick. And Shamir Anderson, I thought, was really good in this film. And I wouldn't mind seeing like a spin-off film that focuses around him, and something tells me I might see more of Shamir Anderson as an actor, not just in a spin-off film, but in other projects as well, because this movie did kinda put him on the map. Now, if you've seen the movie Lawrence of Arabia, then you already know that one of the famous edits in this film is just this one scene of this guy blowing fire off of a match, and then it just cuts to a sunrise. And this movie has a scene that pays homage to that moment, so if you love Lawrence of Arabia, then you might love that little homage to that film in this movie. Now, this movie is 2 hours and 49 minutes long, and that is a pretty long runtime. And when you have a movie that has that kind of runtime with nothing else going on, that could bore the audience if it doesn't like earn that kind of runtime. Gratefully, it does earn that 2 hours and 49 minutes. There is never a dull moment with John Wick Chapter 4 because there is a lot of action throughout this film, and I mean a lot. As of right now, this is the most action-packed John Wick film in the franchise. There are so many fights that John Wick gets himself into, and they last for a long time, and it is awesome. As for issues, there is one scene where John Wick is fighting these assassins in a nightclub scene, and there's a bunch of people partying, and you would expect to see a lot of those people running away screaming after that fight scene's happening, but they don't. They just keep dancing throughout this whole scene, and that's kind of strange that they decide to do that. Like, it's the same issue I had with the third film, with John Wick in Grand Central Station, and he's with other assassins killing bad guys, and there are people around him that you would expect to run away screaming, but you don't see that. I mean, I get there's more under the surface with those people, but I just don't buy it. It can be a little silly, and at least in this film, it isn't that big of a deal because the action still makes it worth it, just like it did in 2 and 3. John Wick Chapter 4 is an incredible movie with a great performance from Keanu Reeves, really good new side characters, a runtime that never slows down, really good cinematography, great stunt work, and action sequences that never lose your attention. If you love the first 3 John Wick films, I strongly recommend you to watch this film. It will not disappoint you. Go see it in the theaters. Don't wait until DVD or Blu-ray. Don't wait until streaming. Go see it in the theaters. It is an experience that you will never forget. John Wick Chapter 4 gets an A. Also, I want to say this. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. You were great in these films, and you will be missed. So guys, if you have seen John Wick Chapter 4, what did you think about it? Did you love it as much as I did and as much as everyone else did? Because people in the film school I go to have been praising this movie a lot. And if you have seen it, did you love it as much as they did? Or did you actually hate it? Because if you did, then okay, well, that's fine. We all have opinions. Let me know how you feel about the film in the comments below. And as always, if you like this review, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.